Of course.
Gabriel, where are you?
Kree is all in for having a snack in the house
Oh no, he's suggesting I think he's just commenting on one, he's not coming.
on
Two,
vampirism.
that's a comment on some of your plans. You suggest he's thinking that'd be the way to do it. Just have a slave at your disposal to feed on. The in-house slave to snack on.
I thought that's why we brought Rogue along.
Did Lumen start having a hankering for human blood?
I mean, Lumen despises those slinking bloodsuckers.
But you just said
Habits.
Meanwhile,
you included yourself in there.
Habits.
mean,
This
meanwhile, Lumen wants to double down on cutting hands off.
He wanted to just randomly go cut someone's head off or something.
You gave me a
two
reason,
heads.
and
Two heads.
we had one that was convenient.
It was a good
Lumen is
reason.
up to two heads. Desiring two heads, you go. Well, I think it sucks that Creek. Nothing good. And I was going to screen share something with you guys once I figured it out. We winged it. Probably pretty pertinent to Rogal, our thief. But that's where we are. That's the cliff face with the work stone of the towers that protrude out.
And those are the windows?
Yeah, those are the arrow slits. And the barbed wire is the those vines that come alive and try to wrap you.
Okay.
The dotted line is the ledge that you're on. That's
Okay.
15 feet above the floor. And then obviously we're talking about room 2. And that's as from the afternoon light as your eyes get adjusted. That's what you see.
So I could see from the ledge down the hallway, and I see the two doors?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to pace back and forth to see all this. But you know, if you're on the far west corner, you can see the whole hallway.
Okay. Well, we're 50 feet up, right?
Yes.
All right. I think I'm going to motion out the window for them to throw me a grapple, get them hooked up, and they can climb on in if the hand is willing to do such an arduous task.
Yep. The only hitch is
the vine.
Because you scuttled on by them, so they're still there.
Okay.
That will have to be dealt with, but I will leave that to you.
Did we see him get attacked by the vine?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's like the beginning of The Hobbit where you guys are betting like, oh, new guy gonna die? Is he gonna live? This is his first dangerous encounter.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe avoiding that would be good. How do you feel about trying to slink through and find the door, like on the inside, to see if you could open it?
Yeah, that was the original plan. We can go with that.
Okay. Well, what are you doing, Rolo?
You said there's nothing in the room except like debris of dead birds and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So there's a lot. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna quietly walk towards the corridor.
Okay. The doors are stone.
Okay.
They're fitted stone. It's like a natural slab of granite, and it must be either on some piece of steel that goes through it or on a pivot point, but it's designed to spin on a center axis.
Gotcha.
But it does not appear that there's any handle and you can't move them if you touch. Well, no. They're stone. They're close.
All right, I'm gonna have a listen.
Okay. Boom, boom. You trigger the spear trap and are struck by 2 spears.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
There's
Rogal.
3 that come out. There's 3 that come out diagonally, and 2 of them stab you for 6 points of damage.
Whoa.
As
Yeah.
it goes.
All right.
Betsy, you notice that that you can see the 3 holes in the wall now where the spears came out of.
Okay.
But you have to kind of get it off you, and then it snaps against. They're still they're sprung against the wall.
No save. No save.
No save. No snow. No save. No thief walking down the hall, going right to the door.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
I did roll a passive D6, Stu, if that makes you.
That's fine. It's good. It's good. Just trying to help my boy out. That's all. Wasn't gonna get heavy-handed about it. Just trying.
All right. Well, I'm feeling all alone in here, bleeding out. Let's see. I'm gonna back away from the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go slink back to the window.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, I'm feeling pretty alone up here. I could use some help, maybe."
How hurt are you?
I took 6. I'm at 5.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you can take 2 punches.
Yeah.
Rogo can take 1 and live, 2 punches, and
I need some of that holy hand.
he's begging for the hand.
Lumen's going to shout out and say, "Open up that door! What's taking so long?" He's going to look over at
What's the new guy?
Stu. He's going to look over at Verdale and be like, "How long do you give him?"
Yeah, he had one job. He had one job.
One job.
Good job, God.
Oh.
Okay, so
Already we've taken a turn into the mundane.
Do we have some rope? We got some.
Yeah, we have rope and a grapple, or I do. It's a matter of distracting the vines, I think, or dealing with them ahead of time.
Were they grappling vines? Were they like wrapping vines, like to kind of grab you? I can't remember. Did they throw spears at you?
Or like stick, or try to stick on you. It looks like sturdy, stout bramble, and then it'll shake a little bit, and then some of its brambles will flap out and try to stick you, and then start sucking, and they're hard to get off.
Can Rogel reach a clump of them from the window, like with a torch? If we were to throw oil or something on them?
You would have to go down the rope. I can't remember what I said, how many feet. I think he was 30 feet up. So they're 20 feet below him and 30 feet above you guys. So you would have to rappel down to it to do that, which is totally doable. This is not anything beyond skulking thieving skills, highlighting the choice of character class when this campaign was built.
Yeah. So,
Your fighter would be.
All right. So we're chatting with you out the window. How far did you get? Was the spear trap on the main door, or was it an inner door before you even could reach the hallway?
The spear trap was before the doors, before you got to the doors. Walking towards the door, 10, 15 feet before the door, the narrowest part of the passage there. And right there, they came out of the wall from the west. and it's stepping on that anywhere in front of those holes in the wall. It's a simple latch. They were under tension, and stepping on that releases the latch, so it needs to be put
All right.
on the wall.
So I'm concerned about the vines. I think it's either we encourage Rogel to just like crawl, army crawl, like hands and knees safely to the door to see if he can get it open, or we try to deal with the vines and go up.
Do you have
Well, I
any
think-
oil?
There's a labyrinth of traps between me and the front door, I think.
I do not have oil, actually.
You know who carried a lot of oil? It was always Toth. Toth had oil.
Yeah.
Roth was loaded up. He was a walk-in hand.
I don't carry oil. I carry very little, actually.
Do you got folks have you just brought torches for illumination during your operation?
Yeah, that's a good point. Did anyone even have a light? I have torches, but does anyone have a lantern?
You're not. No, you guys didn't take the lantern and didn't, as vampire, I guess, it didn't even cross your mind, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing some suggestions out there.
I've got candles.
Rogo's just doing what
and
you
torches.
guys do.
Okay, cool. Is there a section of stonework that, like, I could climb out of my way and go up and around the vines to the window, or
Yeah,
are they
that
visible?
would be natural. You'd be on natural stone. You'd be doing some you could free climb, but it's not to get around it. You have to get yes, you can. I'm going to make you roll a climb check. I know it. But you could easily free climb it around them. They seem to like the exposure of the tower stone. I guess it gets the best morning sun. It gets the best morning Eastern.
All right, hold on,
Western
Lumen.
sun. Eastern sun.
Lumen, I'm just gonna go up there and we'll get the door. Okay, just sit tight. Just sit tight.
God bless you, my son.
All right. I made the climb check.
Okay, the climb goes without an event.
And
You're dirty. You're a little dirtier than you were before.
so
Mostly in the front of your chest.
So let's pop in. I'm gonna pop in this window and have Rogel take me to like the first intersection before he started walking down the hallway and got speared.
Okay. It's not really an intersection. There's the circular room that makes the tower, and then the passageway goes due north. And as soon as you start going down the passageway, the spear trap.
All right, and
So
we're still
before
on
that opening in the passage. No.
Yeah, so we're still on the second floor, sort of, right?
Yeah, looking down.
And there's a passageway that goes north and opens up further, and this is the passage he was taking when the spears came out.
I will just show you the map again, Stu. How about that?
All right, I was just gonna start drawing my own here too, but let's.
Will this give you a chance to?
I'm happy to draw a map if you guys think it would be
You are
useful.
much more talented at it than I am.
Well, I'll give you something to start with. Let me show you that I can do this.
You can do it, Jay.
No. Doesn't seem like a big game. There it is. I'm not helpless. There, I'll give you that. Take that down, and then I'll take the map.
All right.
Down,
So it's
getting
that
our
northern
attention.
door, and he passed the.
He didn't get to any of the doors before he got stabbed.
All right.
So that narrow part, there's spears going.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We got.
And then you
this.
can see the double doors that make the front.
All right. Got it. So, before we walk there, I want him to point out where the holes in the wall and the pressure plate were. And I want him to stand back, and Beardal, I'm gonna kind of crawl over there and just get real low, and I'm gonna reach over and press on the pressure plate again to see if it triggers again.
It doesn't. It's
Spent.
actually down. It didn't even come back
Okay.
up.
Got it. All right. So I'm going to take a look at the adjacent walls leading up to that first door that goes east. Any other markings, openings?
You do not see any similar holes. No.
All right. I'm going to motion for Rogel to stay where he is at the beginning of the passage, and I am going to crawl towards the door.
You safely reach the door.
All right.
Without incident.
Look underneath the door crack or door jam. Look for any light source.
No, it's dark.
All right. Inspect the handle lock situation.
There isn't one. It's held fast. There looks like there's a latch on the other side. It's being held on the other side by a latch.
Okay.
And it spins on the center.
It spins on the center. Can you explain that?
Yeah, like it pivots. It doesn't swing open.
Oh, it's like
its hinge. Its hinges is in the middle of it.
Okay.
So when you open it, you basically have two openings. You either got to go on the left side of the door or the right side.
Okay. So while I'm still low, I'm gonna take just the pommel of a dagger and maybe just push on the bottom of the right side and see if it swings freely.
No, it's latch. The latch is in a shut position. It feels like it's held.
Okay. So then I'll flip the dagger around and stick it in the door jamb and slowly raise it to see if when I feel either a latch or resistance or something going all the way up the right side.
No, you just get some resistance from the debris, moss, and gunk that has accumulated in the cracks over the center.
Okay.
So you would have to hope that actually kind of like the sheer weight of the stone door would break all that crap for you, so you didn't have to use your nice killing weapon to.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to feel for what the latching mechanism is, or where is it on the other side?
It's on the floor. You can see it's yes. You understand it to be it's on the floor on the other side of the door, either the left or the right side.
Okay.
How about this? How about this? It is two pieces of steel on either side that come up from the floor.
Okay.
And go into a socket inside the door, so you can't spin it either way.
Got it. So it's like a fancy door stop on both sides.
Yeah. So there's got to be a way to release it.
Okay. How about and the door itself is stone, not wooden?
That is correct. Locally hewn granite slab.
Single source?
That would have been split off. The source, you think, is probably right in that valley area from the excavation of making the place, probably where some of it came. When they got a good piece, they would just dress it a bit and line her up.
And the door that opened, the door we're talking about is the one to the east that Randall's drawing right now, right? That's the one I was going to.
Yeah, and they're both similar.
Oh, the door to the north looks similar.
Yeah, they're both the same in design and material.
I'll crawl over to the one to the north just to push on one side and then the other just to see if it's similarly locked.
It is.
Okay. Well, this is nice.
What about giving it a shoulder.
Well, it is something that would yield to a successful pick lock. Just describe some half-ass way to
Yeah, so I was thinking about
pretend that you're
wedging.
really doing something effective
Well,
and let's see if it
if
works.
we
If you are so
find,
inclined. I
I
know
my,
that's
my thought was
dangerous.
find the biggest gap at the bottom near one of the door stops or the socket that I can see from the bottom at the other side. And maybe wedge an iron spike and start like tapping at the socket to see if we can get it to loosen or.
Oh yeah, sure. Sure. Aged with time. There we go. That's what I like to see. We don't even have to roll anymore.
Okay.
Which one are you doing it to? Because you are able to free the lock. So
Yeah,
that will end.
the eastern door. So my idea would be we duck in the eastern door and hope to find a way down to the main door to let Lumen in. Is my intent.
Yes. Um, but it takes some whacking. It's not the quietest thing in the world.
Okay.
But it works. You are able to break it free so that you can spin it.
All right.
And it's most you push it and pry it open because you're using the force and the weight of the stone door to break out the other side of the socket.
Yeah.
Because you can't reach the other side. You can free up one side, lean on it really hard, especially with Rogol there, bleeding all over the place. He can lend a hand before he gets too light and passes out.
Do you have a light?
Yes,
do you have a light source out, Rogol? I can see, but if you can't, we could light a candle or something.
Yeah, light a candle.
All right, let me hand you one of those.
All right.
Just so we don't have like an alarm beacon of a torch yet, but enough for you to see the surrounding area. And I'm gonna put my head in the door. What do I see?
it's a 10 by 10 passageway that goes away from you, heading east 30 feet before it opens up. And from there, you can't see it. It's dark. It's dark.
All right. I'll look left and right in the hallway, and
the passageway is carved from the rock.
Okay.
Carved this gives it kind of it's 10 by 10, but it's actually a little more. I don't think it's that high. Let's make them like they may be 10 feet wide, but it never gets higher. Right here is
okay.
6 feet.
And before walking in, if I look at the ground, is there like a light coating of dust on the ground everywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, yes. It looks completely undisturbed over.
Okay.
That's probably also why there's no here. It's just all whatever.
All right. And
Brogel, I can see you.
Nice. Maybe just knowing what we know, let's kind of get down again and in lieu of a pole, just have like a regular dagger out, and I'll be kind of crawling around, and before we reach various floor sections, kind of pressing on it with the pommel of my dagger, kind of going hands and knees, press downward, move forward, kind of cautiously, continuing east to where it opens up, so we can see what happens there.
Roll your find remove traps.
All right. 56 target.
You got a target of 56. Okay.
And 25.
25. It doesn't appear to be any more nefarious traps along that hallway.
All right.
Looks clean.
Rogol, where are you? Are you hanging out outside? Or are you inside with Verdell? Just asking.
You have to you unmute yourself.
Muted. I'm muted?
No, Rat Ward is.
Oh,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Rogo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look for traps too.
Are you in the hallway?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
51.
Yeah, it looks clean.
Okay.
All right. So let's go to the section where it starts to open up, and I'm gonna take a look.
It's vast. It's a vast open chamber. It has a sloping south wall where the doors are as it goes up to form kind of a natural grotto. This was an open natural space that was hacked a bit to give the floor dimensions.
How big is it?
But it's like 60 feet across by 50 feet wide.
And it's rough?
And it's rough, yeah.
Is it rectilinear or is it more like oval?
It's rectilinear. It's been hacked at least on the first 10 feet of the walls to define the shape better of the room.
Does this connect on the south all the way to where the front doors are?
Yeah, the front doors are, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And it slopes downward towards there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the dominant feature of the room is a very large bird cage or gibbet on a chain from the rock ceiling far above, and it's down really low. Like it comes within 8 feet of the floor, the bottom of the cage, and there's a cross-legged ancient crone. She's naked, long white hair that spills all down her back and across the floor of the cage, and then out through the bars and down on the ground. It starts growing out a bit, and the floor of the room is filled with animal bones and dried leaves and and debris.
Is this at the far side of the room, in the middle of the room?
In the center, like
So it's like a bird cage?
yeah, that room is entirely too small. You see where the two front doors are?
Yep.
Yeah, go all the way across, go even further. Go farther back too. Go farther north. There you go. Now we got a room. Yeah. And then the bird cage is.
That looks cool.
Did you say there was like a old crone in the cage?
A woman
Yeah.
with hair that's draping all around it.
Sorry.
Lotus position. In the cage.
All right. I don't think I want to interact with the crone without Lumen. So I might turn to Rogel and, between hand signals or whispers, I might want to try to sneak to the front door and see if we can get the front door open before we interact here.
That front door has a chain coming off of it that now you can see it in the gloom. There's a chain that comes out of the north wall high up because these doors are 15 feet tall.
So the front doors are actually right on this room?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, see where that L is?
Yeah, that's Lumen.
You can see the two double doors right there. It looks like you've already drawn them.
I have. I just thought that they were
now.
50 feet up, but I didn't understand how that worked.
No, Bill, you went through windows in a tower, arrow slits, which are 50 feet above the courtyard.
All right, so I'm gonna.
And there's doors out of this room, but we'll deal with that later because I wanted to from the north. let's say 30 feet in the air, there's another substantially sized chain that comes right out of a hole that was carved out of the wall. It goes it goes to a pulley on the south wall near the western door. And then from there, the chain goes to a heavy steel latch that would just get pulled back.
On the inside of the front doors?
Yeah, on the
and
inside.
Okay, and the pulley is right by the front door.
Yes. And so somewhere farther back in the keep, this fortress carved into the mountain, there must be a way to pull that chain. Because if you could pull the chain, it would pull on the latch. It would come out of its hinged pocket.
So the chain's on the north side?
Yeah, the chain comes out of the north wall and goes straight across the room.
Yep.
Bingo, right to, yeah. And then there's a pulley there fastened.
All right. I'm going to sneak around the perimeter to the south and look at the pulley mechanism and see if there's anything else attached to it other than the large chain.
No.
And the pulley itself, can you describe the mechanism? Like I can picture a basic pulley, but is there like a rope or is it a chain that connects to like
it's a chain? It's
top,
a chain
like the
that's
top
threaded.
wheel?
Yeah, and it's actually fastened. What do you even call these individual fence pieces? But yeah, take a U-shaped latch, or well, not even a latch, hook something or whatever, and fasten it against the wall, and then put a big iron ring, and then put a pulley on the end of it. And the pulley everything is made out of iron.
Okay.
So it looks a little crusty.
So I think what I'm looking for is, well, let me put it this way. What I was hoping to find was a means of taking the end of the chain for the pulley and getting some leverage
the
on
chain
it.
doesn't. There's no chain to pull on because the chain where you can pull it, you can't see because the chain goes right into the wall. Right into the wall. There's a hole in the wall. No, you keep the chain there.
Yeah, I got you.
Don't take away the chain.
I'm just going to
Put the
redraw.
chain back. Okay.
So it comes
making
over
a
here,
prettier
and then there's a
chain.
hole in the wall.
Yeah, I think I'm confused. Then when we say pulley,
And
we don't
then
mean actually something to pull on.
Sorry,
Like-
yeah, I mean like a block and pulley. It's a pulley. It's from a block and pulley.
I see.
Yeah, the chain goes through it so you can pull, and it's a leverage point. The pulley creates the leverage point.
I see, but there's not a lever mechanism or another chain to start pulling on it to activate the mechanism to reel in the door.
Correct. That must be somewhere else, north.
I see. Okay.
You
Other
would have to
doors?
follow along the chain. You would have to follow along. There are some doors in here. There's a door, and then in the north wall, and then to the east, in the center of the wall, there's it's a short 10-foot passage to a similar to another door. The one to the north is ornate. It has fearsome pictures of fearsome warriors subjugating and driving away. It looks like lizard men with, and they're using in the fearsome armored warriors are using these staffs to strike them, shoot bolts of energy and cut them up and drive the lizard hordes before them.
So does
We need to
Lumen
get
hear
Lumen in
anything
here.
from outside? Is there anything? What? Lumen's
And
getting impatient.
then the woman uh, in the lotus position is alive because she whispers, like coming out of a long sleep. Oh, welcome, welcome, my champions, to my prison. At long last, I shall be free.
Yeah, maybe. Can you help get these doors open?
The doors, the doors, the doors. Let me think about the doors.
Lumen's got
Yes.
impatient. Lumen's impatient, so he's just going to cast float and just float up to the window.
Okay. That works.
Yeah, he's just going to cast float, and it's like, what's going on? And he's going to come inside, and he's just going to stay floating because it still lasts for a little while. And he's just going to sort of float down the passageway, and sort of very quietly, like he's not making any sound. He's going to just show up behind Rogel and just sort of hover there.
Like Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah, like Baron Harkonnen. And then he's going to say, and then he's going to whisper in the ear. He's going to say, "What's going on?"
Okay. Rogel, you do have 1 in 6 chance if you so choose to hear him.
That's fine. We're trying to. Well, we were trying to open the door, but I don't think we really need to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I'm hurt. Give me a hand.
Is that what you actually say?
Yeah.
Luma just looks at you impassively, and then stares past over into the room, which you can't really see. Luma can't really see, so he has to cast light.
Okay.
We have a candle lit. I don't know if we need to go crazy here.
I think Jay's not really thinking that a candle cannot actually see this woman. I mean, that's 60 feet. You're not going to see.
I could describe her to you.
Yeah.
You're good. You're fine.
Yeah, no, you can't. You know, there's exactly when the Rogel's away from. I guess yeah. What we were saying, Varadel as a vampire. You can describe her, yes.
But do your thing if you want to, light the whole place up. Don't let me stop you.
It's a
Yeah.
naked woman. So ancient, she looks little more than a skeleton. Her unkept white hair surrounds her like a thin blanket, moves outwards and hangs over. Speaking of wishing to be free, you notice it can be discerned that the door to the gibbet or cage is closed, and there's a lot of debris and crap on the floor.
Well, the light spell is, the floating hand. He's just going to sort of just drift it out into the middle of the room and just light the place up.
Okay. Did what I just described is now visible to everyone. And so the north wall's got a door and the east wall's got a door. Out of it. They're the same type of stone doors.
Right across the way?
Yep.
Like somewhere over there?
Yeah, yeah. Make it to the east of the pulley and chain.
Okay. We got it.
Between that and the cage would be a good place.
Nice.
That one's wide. It's single. It's not double like the entry, but it's wider than any of the other doors. And then the one in the east is the same size as the one you passed through already. And the room, the light illuminates the ceiling, it tapers into the natural roof of the grotto.
Okay.
And the ancient white brittle, dry tone is asking that you be her champions and set her free.
Maybe we should ask her why she's here.
Okay. I'm going to say that you did, Rogo. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Sure.
I was once called, and she's like searching, remembering Marsula when I was young and beautiful so many centuries ago. I was only a minor witch then on that day when Alcazadar first appeared. It was I who bargained with him then, mortgaging the future to save the present. Would have consumed us then, but I bid him wait. I saved my people, but I failed to save myself.
So, you seen any eggs around here?
Eggs, eggs, eggs. She goes, oh, you must be referring to the yolkless egg,
Sure.
an item of law much sought and desired by in their endless war through
Where
the
is this artifact?
cosmos.
Where is this artifact, Crone?
Release me, and I will tell you. Release me, set me free.
And what will happen to us should we let you out of that cage?
I will give you the answer to where you can find what you see.
How long
How
have you
about you
been
give us the answer and then we'll let you out on the way out?
Oh, I have nothing but time.
Okay, cool.
How do we release you?
You would have to unfasten the lock. She has no key for it.
I don't think we want to do that.
Yeah, no.
But it's a chunky padlock. She lacks the means to. And obviously, she was cursed with long life, immortality type of state by the.
Does she look, is she, racially consistent? Is she from Rommyr? Does she look like the people of Rommyr?
That is undetectable because she has no clothes or anything because anything that she was wearing has long rotted away, and she has a very skeletal form. I can give you kind of a picture. So, what people she hails from, besides outside being visibly human and familiar, you can't tell. But there's a look at her face,
Well, she looks pretty dark.
and then there's her sitting in the cage. You don't see a cage there, but I put a cage around it
Wow.
because my ideas are better.
Nice.
Maybe?
So this dark woman.
Uh-huh. And she bargained with Alcazar to save to save Valater before it was Valater. And in showing damned her own soul.
Does that give us an idea of how long she's been there? How old is Valater?
Centuries old. Valater, well, it claims that, yeah, Valater probably has a 1,000-year history.
Okay.
That's what gives it its numerous catacombs beneath it. Those are layers of past cities
Well,
built upon the
Lumen's
ruins of ancient civilization.
Lumen's floating into the middle of the room. The hand is sort of hovering, above his head, and the glowing hand casting light. And he stops in the middle of the room, sort of right in front of the woman, and he just sends the hand, sort of floating around her, illuminating her from, about 10 feet away, just slowly. And he's looking for 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 anything, I guess, dangerous and that's hidden. Are there lines? Is she restrained in any way other sides of the cage? He's just sort of
You
examining.
encounter a strong magical resistance, as if she's imbued with something.
And Lumen will say, "Well, why are you cursed, woman? What have you done to the gods to bring this upon yourself?" He doesn't listen very well. He wants her to say it again.
I made a deal. The dread god, what was his? Alcazar? Alcazadar, a dread god that feeds upon fear and despair. And he came across the city of Valater when it was very young, when it wasn't even Valater, to devour the souls, and she bargained with it and said that she was a minor witch and that she could look into the future and see that it would someday grow into this magnificent, majestic city, and that come back then and feast on the soul. And it was a great idea, and so Alcazar accepted it, but he cursed her anyways, because you don't talk to a god like that.
Right.
But anyways, so he cursed her with immortality and put her in this cage so that she can be there when he returns and witness, because he's a mean son of a bitch. He feeds on despair,
When is he coming?
and she's pretty she doesn't.
She doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, Luma's just gonna stand there, just sort of floating in that
She goes.
space.
She knows that there's about the yolkless egg, because you're not the first that had who's come looking for her.
Neat.
What is this yolk? What does it do? We've been tasked to find it, but we do not know what it is or its origin.
Well, the forces of chaos and the struggle of the cosmos desire to crack it open, and the forces of law desire it not to be cracked.
Um, So which are we?
What are you saying? What are you being a dick about?
Well, I decided Rogal just said, "Yo, heal me," and that just doesn't really float like in a role playing context with whoever this Lumen thinks he is. And I'm just saying, look, this is metagaming. If you ask nice,
Sure, okay.
Lumen's gonna heal you.
I just thought you were calling me a dick. If you were calling me a dick, Dungeon Master a dick, I was going to call you out on it. That's all.
There was if you look at the message before. Anyway, sorry, man.
No, I don't have time for that crap. I got a game to run.
What's that? Role
Nothing.
playing?
Continue. We're doing it.
Okay, good.
I think we're doing it well. No comments. No complaints.
Anyway, yeah, cool. What do you think?
So you guys sort that out, but yeah, go ahead.
What do you think, Veridel?
Yeah, we're not opening the cage.
Okay, Lumen, go. No, just kidding.
She's screeching. No.
I don't know. Lumen wants to open it.
Well, if she wants more help, she could have been more helpful to us ahead of time. We're not just gonna take it on faith that it's gonna go well if we open this thing.
Okay.
I see us still having to explore this complex, whether we let her out or not, and I think there's only risk in trying to let her out first.
Perfect.
Yeah, you see no upside. You're starting to sound like Ator the Paladin. passed from this earth. Aethor.
Aethor the Paladin?
Yeah, he was in the first session of this campaign, and his observation and his message was, don't touch anything. Nothing good ever comes from it. And then shortly after that, he died.
So, yeah, let's just set out to look around, I guess.
Okay. The door to the north has all those drawings, engravings, so it's smooth. And the other one to the east is all listen.
And the one to the east is what?
Like the one you came through.
Okay. Yeah, I think the other one looks like it might go to another tower area. I'm thinking north. Let's unleash the demon, whatever that is.
It's locked. It's locked similar to the one that you came through.
So it's
But there's
the center post.
Yep, that one spins. And it has still metal door stops that come up into it. We'll be fast.
Okay.
You need to step on something on the other side to remove.
You think, Veridel, you think you could try to jimmy this like you did the other one?
Possibly.
You cruel, heartless people, I hope you only find death ahead of you.
Lumen
Lumen
turns around and he says, "Hush, woman. You will be released if the gods allow. Bide your time. What's another few moments to a woman who has endured centuries?"
And tell her eyes are, you see a bit of burning in her eyes as she looks at you.
She got some vitriol, does she?
Yeah, vitriol. That's it. That's the word.
Do you think she has some kind of sway over this place? Some kind of way to control things that are going on here?
Do I?
Or, yeah, do you?
I mean, my take is that she is been imprisoned here as a warning, and that she's not controlling anything. She seems like she genuinely is trapped. But
Well, she noted that many have come before searching for the yolkless egg, yet she's still imprisoned. Either they obviously failed their quest.
She didn't say many. She said,
You're not the first.
You're not the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't put a number to it.
Maybe she has the egg.
Maybe she is the egg.
well, I think we're gonna find out if we get a little deeper in here. I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past her.
Once you release her, she releases the egg from her cloaca.
Oh, gee.
Nice.
I have neglected to describe or integrate Cassandra, that she was interested in it. Do you want her outside? How do you feel about Cassandra the NPC?
Oh, I forgot actually that we had recruited
You
her
guys
entirely.
did make an offer to her, and she said she was in.
Yeah.
Like her other job wasn't going anywhere. How would you like to play Cassandra? What would you like her role to be in your adventure?
So I guess in this situation, it comes down to whether Lumen would have floated her up with him or not.
Isn't she a slinker too?
Yeah, yeah, she can climb.
Um, maybe she would have gone up with.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think she would make her own way, much like you did, Varadel. I'll just put her with you guys. She's there when needed. She's watching your back. She's there to watch the corners so you guys can figure stuff out.
Well, maybe she has a woman's intuition about this crone.
No, as I haven't. I know
No
nothing of
clue.
witches. I know nothing of witches.
So Veridel, were you gonna try to crack this thing, or you want me to touch it with the hand? That always hurts me. That always makes bad things happen.
Let's give it a shot. So I want to try to. If it seems like the mechanism is a little bit different on this one, maybe we could try to jam a crowbar underneath the bottom of the door jamb, and then lift upwards using like the bottom of the jamb as a fulcrum to get enough pressure on the other side of the door to get it to click.
Okay, roll your pick locks.
All right.
And you've got Rogol, you're instructing him where to stick this and that,
Mhm.
wedges, and
Not looking good. A 92.
no, that thing won't budge.
I'll give it a try. 77.
All right.
Mhm.
So either come up with another clever idea or,
Maybe we could go back around.
yeah,
What
we
about
could
giving
try
it a
that.
shoulder? Lumen's
Go
gonna
for it.
just float over there. You know, he's got another 50 minutes of floating. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's just gonna float over there, and he's just gonna, you know,
There's a shiny glint that catches your eye in the debris as you float up.
well, what is it like in the on the floor, like something like that?
Yeah, amongst the debris, there's you saw from radiating from your light as you're floating, the
Okay.
glint of something sparkly and shiny down there.
Well,
It's
he'll
obviously not
bend.
debris.
He'll sort of tilt his body. He's not going to touch the floor. He's just going to like sort of go like horizontal and just pick it up. I should look at it first. Veridel would look at it first.
All right.
It's an orb. It's a small orb, golden in color. It reminds you of the orb that Varadel used to blow up Crater.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Does it have runes or any sort of writings on it?
Yes, it does.
Anything
And
that
it
I can
has a
decipher?
line, and it has a line, like a line around the middle of it.
It's a thermal
So it's
detonator.
like you could do something with it.
Hmm. Um, Loom's going to just recognize, if I recognize it from what he's going to sort of present it over to Veridel. We're standing in front of the door. I'm floating in front of the door. And say, what do you make of this, Veridel?
Does it look exactly the same, or just similar to the, or
It's not
the
exactly the same because the one that
neg-
you had was cracked open and Antilex, but it didn't have writing on it. The size may be a bit different too, but the construction is very similar. It's hard to deny that it's not made by the same makers.
Got it.
And those were the Negomats from the Chaos.
Are there any? So there's no other obvious like, latches or keys except that it's bisected around the center. It's got
That is correct.
a little slight crack there. Um, Well, Lumen's gonna say, Veridal, you want this thing? You seem,
Sure, I'll take it.
um, and again, Lumen's gonna just sort of like, put the praetor's hand against the door, and ask the hand to open it. I mean, he's full of delusion and grandeur. Okay, so he obviously believes that this will happen. The hand opens all. It opens the way. The hand will heal the slinky little thief if he but says please.
Well, it doesn't. Roll 3d6.
Oh, God.
This is something that happens every single
Backing
time.
away from the door.
Okay. Yeah, nice. 9.
Roll a d20.
Fuck.
It not happening has given you is caused you to question and have a crisis of faith.
6.
Okay. Everybody else, save versus spells. And,
15.
is that a save?
Yeah. Just barely.
16 is a save.
Okay, Lumen, roll 2d6.
Dude, this is a chain of causality. That's a 6.
But you got a 6?
I got a 6, yeah.
Okay. Both you and Cassandra, she's like screaming, make it stop, get it out of my head, and you're experiencing once again the agonizing birth of your god.
Is it ecstatic and excruciating?
Excruciating is not ecstatic.
Am I getting hard?
No, you're not. You are being judged. The hidden hand wants you to know how much they went through for you, and you have let them know.
Jeez.
I've let him down?
And that's why there's no answer to that.
Wow.
And this goes on for an hour.
Oh, jeez.
So you guys have had to sit there with the silent woman, or whatever, the woman that be asked to be freed.
And I guess if we have to wait for them to recover that long, we'll poke around the pile of bones and stuff to see if we see anything else during that time.
What's Lumen doing?
Crumpled in a magical experience, which is the agonizing birth of your god. It's like the hidden hand makes you feel it when pleased with you. This is the second time.
Oh, it is? What was
You've
the
been
first?
through this.
Yeah, I can't remember. All right, so I'm just going to be crumpled and in agony. I call it ecstasy because the god has spoken to me and I've been seen.
Cassandra calls it agony. She failed her save, so she was affected too. So
Okay.
she's wary of you.
Good. She should be.
In your sick, your God's sick, twisted mind. I was there. It was horrible. Don't ever do that to me again.
Every time I touch shit, it always
kill ya.
goes south. It always goes bad every time I touch stuff. Okay, but I'm going to still do it.
Yep, and it felt you had there was a great sense of despair on the other side of the door. On top.
What did the lady do? What did the woman? Is she chuckling? Is she like impassive?
No. When she recovered, she says, "Don't ever do that to me again, or I'll kill you."
No, I don't mean her. I mean the
Oh.
crone.
She's laughing.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
She's laughing. She's pointing. Look how small your penis is.
Well,
Did she impart? Did she impart any information during this time we were waiting for them?
Or
No.
do we find anything
Okay.
else amongst the rubble if we searched during
Yeah,
that
yeah.
time?
First you find it's old, and it's but it's clearly a lip or nose ring.
Okay.
And a short sword with a blue blade and like a the metal is like a stainless, but it's stained or imbued with a red color for the handle. The leather wrapping are rotted away, but it is from your phone. Oh, look at that! Is that Randall? You're calling something else in?
no, my
I'm
phone.
getting
My phone just
like
rang.
I'm getting a call from Plymouth, New Hampshire, 536-4079.
You're getting a call from Plymouth.
Yeah, yeah.
It came.
603-536-4079.
How did
Is
that
that
even
any of your
happen?
numbers?
I just got a call
Right.
from somebody.
That's
I assumed
weird.
that was popping up on Randall's shared screen.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there you go. Someone from your local area is calling.
but who answers the phone anymore?
I don't. I dread the phone, right? Always have. It was so easy to blow off the phone back in the 80s. You could get away with from it.
You didn't have ghosting. The word ghosting didn't exist because the communication was so asynchronous. You didn't have to ghost.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't see it, yeah, you don't want to see anybody, you didn't see it.
Yeah, but now it's a word for it because everyone is always available. Anyway, onward. Sorry to distract. Maybe you guys should just go on ahead while I have my crisis of faith. You could just go sort it.
We'd
we-
wait. Let's just try a different door.
Yeah, I was going to say, did we examine the door to the east?
It's like the one to the west.
Okay.
But the lock is before I open my mouth. The lock is on this side.
Fair enough.
You step on it. It's a level that you go punk,
Oh,
and it retracts the steel studs that hold the door fastened from. Then it can spin. Not really spin. You can push it open. It's crusted with age.
But it's a spinner door too, right?
Yep. The hour of ecstatic religious agony, all that costs you guys is one torch. So what's your torch count?
I actually don't have any torches.
6 torches and 12 candles. You have one of my 12 candles.
I'm assuming it's burnt out by now.
I don't know how long the candle lasts.
I think candles last longer. They just don't emit nearly as much light.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
candles last a lot longer, yes, but the torch burns out in an hour. It costs you a torch. In Cassandra, and it's created a distaste in Cassandra for lumen.
Yeah, that's normal.
Welcome to the freaking club, okay?
Yeah, so the hot assassin chick doesn't like you.
By the way, the palm of light, it lasts for 42 turns. So
That's 420 minutes.
yeah, so when I come back,
Divide by 60. What's that? What's 642 divided by 6?
7 hours.
Okay, so that's how it's 7 hours. So you got it. But you can turn it off if you want.
Yeah.
But you're not doing that. So
No.
you're using it. Yeah.
There's no reason to turn this off.
Well, I guess
No,
I
I
blew the
don't think
candle
so.
out. I must have
Yeah.
blown the candle out when he lit the place up.
Well, when Lumen comes forth, he says, "My God has spoken to me, and it is a screed of infidelity, and I must atone. Let us do this thing.
Yeah, let's do a thing. Let's go through a door.
Where are we? What have you done? What have you done in my absence? Where are the doors? They are not open."
Yeah, we were waiting on you. I was looking around. We got some stuff.
Okay.
The passageway goes 10 feet east and dumps into a passageway going north to south. Who's leading this rodeo? I don't have a march from you.
Sounds like sounds like Lumen's in the back, I guess then.
All right. Jurgle, do you want to hold this new fancy
Or
short
did
sword?
they hold the door for you and you walked through first, Lumen?
You know, I think protocol has been, creeping along the door on the floor and like feeling for stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna maintain caution during this entire complex, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to vet that out as carefully as I have the previous hallways. Rogel, do you want to hold on to this fancy short sword?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So 10 feet and then it goes north and south.
Yeah, it dumps into a passageway going north and south.
Okay.
And so, yeah. And to the south is that circular tower room. And to the north, it ends in another one of those stone doors. But this one is locked from the other side. Veridel, due to your folks' caution, you spot right before the door another set of 3 holes, similar to the one that happened before. From your previous experience, spears shoot out of that when you step in front.
Yeah.
But they go, you can see the height of them. They go diagonal.
Like pointing upwards or down?
No, it goes horizontally across the hall.
I see.
So, and then they're kind of at a diagonal a bit. So conceivably, because you like to crawl, if you crawled, you could trigger it with the spears going over your head.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd get up close to the wall. Yeah. So I'd get close to the wall, tell everyone to stand back, and I would move forward, putting my weight on the floor. Again, kind of pommel first.
The same reaction to spears, but in this case, the spears try to come out. It sounds like one snap. One spearhead pokes out about 5 inches, and the other one doesn't. There's nothing at all. In the middle one, you hear some cracking, jam.
Does the plate stay down like the last one? Okay.
So you broke it.
All right.
And you said this door's locked from the other side?
Yeah. You guys are gonna have to pick it. Okay. I want to do this. I guess never mind. Idle Dungeon Master.
Do we see anything in the larger chamber to the south with the bigger door?
No, it's got a ledge like the other one. It's identical to the other one. It is different. The dung is a lot thicker and deeper here. roll. I gotta roll surprise. You're not surprised. Roll initiative. There's a tremendous flapping above you of multiple winged creatures screeching and being annoyed at your appearance with the light and your talk and your chatter.
Wow.
Ooh. I'm gonna roll up some hit points.
So where were we in here? You guys, I was probably standing in the hallway somewhere. Um, where were
We
you?
were near the door.
Yeah, I was leading ahead away from light sources, and I assume we're either making do with a candle or a torch.
I mean, if you want me to, I can dim this hand.
Is it coming with you? I thought it was like a permanent fixture in the other room.
It floats like above my head, and I
Oh,
can
okay.
move
Well,
it.
then that's where the light's coming from. Then okay.
I can
Yeah,
move it
that's to
around.
illuminate you. You don't have to burn it. You don't have to burn a torch right now because you're doing that.
It can float 120 feet away from me, and I can move it. So, and it looks like at a floating hand, very stylized. Um, Sort of like one of those hippie things you might see inscribed on a tapestry or maybe a bumper sticker.
They look like vicious, hairy mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. That doesn't sound good. How many of them?
With leathery wings. 7.
And they're in this room
They're flying down from the ceiling. Yes.
toward
They're coming
us,
to
like
attack you all. Yep.
this
To
kind of
attack you
thing.
all. Yep. And a mindless, animalistic attack. Rugal and Lumen are up first. Rugal, what are you going to do?
I have this short sword that was found in the other room. I have
Mhm.
that. I'm gonna strike at one of these things.
Okay, roll to hit. You've got armor class
8.
of 13. Armor class of 13.
Miss.
Lumen,
Unless
it has a +1.
okay, miss.
Lumen's gonna just, look into himself, and he's gonna cast a spell called Hands of Radius, and he shouts out Luxec Manibus, Domine Exalter Manus Radius, and it's a divine word, and a burning radiance will it's an area attack for 2d6 for people he wants to radiate. I mean, so it doesn't affect friends, but he's just gonna blinding flash of light. That's the spell right there.
Okay.
And there's they have to do a Constitution saving throw or take 2d6.
Okay.
There's just too many of them. I don't want to duke it out. We gotta weaken them a little bit, guys.
Yeah, I like it.
They rolled a natural 20 for their save.
All of them?
Just rolled once.
Please, can you roll 7? I mean, there's 7 of them, man. I mean, come on. I mean, it's like if I rolled for everybody in the party.
I tend to agree.
One got a natural.
Well, that guy's is gonna be like, what is he like? Smile at me.
And then
me.
I rolled a 17 and an 18.
Yeah, I don't need to know. There's 7 of them. Who knows what they do? Who knows what evil lurks?
3 of them save. And so the rest take 2d6 damage?
Yeah, that's the play.
Got it.
Of
Roll your
radiant,
damage.
radiant light. And then we engage. Well, I
The
engage.
damage. Which damage did you do? Lumen, how much damage did you do to the creature?
Oh, you want me to roll? Okay.
Yeah, you roll your damage.
All right, sorry.
Oh, look, this Lumen, this I'm the apotheosis of the god, only extends to other player characters. Look, that shtick doesn't work on the dungeon. Roll your damn dice.
Okay. I rolled 5. You want me to roll
Okay.
for all of them? I mean, it doesn't seem like.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just taking that away. You kill 2 of them,
Well, that's good.
and two others fly away, injured and out the window, squawking in a pissed off fashion.
All right. So that's 3 left.
Yep, there's 3 left, and Veridel, you may go first before the creatures.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a dagger at one of them. Just a regular old dagger.
13 or better to hit.
That's so old timey. I love that.
Yeah. It's a 19 to hit, and we got 2 damage.
Okay, you hit it. You hit it with the pommel as it's spinning. And since it's like the size of a large cat, it hurts it. You hit it in the head. Okay. Each are going to get attacked once.
What's Cassandra doing?
Yeah. Using that
Cassandra.
bow.
What she brought? What did she bring with her? No, she brought short sword and daggers. But yes, she'll throw a dagger.
She was such a sure shot back in the heist.
And the dagger is wildly off. She rolls. So, Veridel, a 1. That creature fumbles. So it overshoots on its flight down and smacks the floor. The bright light, it doesn't see the distance, and misjudges the distance. It smacks him to the floor and dies.
Nice.
Let's face it.
Nice.
Lumen rolls a 3, and Rugal a 7. Roll initiative. There's two of these beasts, festering beasts left. They roll a 2 again for initiative. All right, you guys can all go. I'll just have Cassandra always go after all you guys go.
You said 13 to hit,
Yeah.
and the short sword is +1.
Yes.
All right, 13.
Roll damage.
6 + 1, 7.
Oh, that's dead.
Okay.
There's only one of these things flapping around. It won't go anywhere. It's famished. It hasn't sucked the blood out of someone in too long.
All right,
It's been
16
too
to hit.
long.
16 to hit with the dagger.
Damage.
4 damage.
Doink. Plink it out of the air. Everyone's got a drink. Because you hit it. If I hit this, everyone drinks. Oh, that fell flat. elbows and elbow. No one can say you, okay? If someone says you, everyone's gonna drink. Number one.
So here we
These
are.
things are dead or gone. You've successfully fended off the hairy mosquitoes with bat wings.
And you said there was like a window where the other ones flew out?
Yeah, that's the arrow slits, similar to the arrow slits found in the Western Tower. And there's that ledge feature as well. That one would have had a ladder going up to it.
Got it. I want to place the dead ones in arrow slits as a warning to the others to come back.
Okay. They have an animal intelligence, but duly noted.
Maybe the smell will deter them.
No, as soon as you guys are gone, the two that had survived are going to come back and just start feeding off their dead brethren. And copulate and
it's going to make me feel better still, so we're doing it.
Okay. It's all about feeling. It is an exploration of food.
All right, I guess we're going to gather ourselves and try this door.
Yeah. This door bars your way.
Should we take a listen?
Sure.
Hey, guys, roll your listen checks.
No. I hear nothing.
There is a silence impenetrable on the other side of this stone door.
What about brute strength?
Go for it. You want to take a running leap at it?
I don't know. I mean, I have a 12 strength, so it's not really my forte. But do we try to?
Not sure it's any of ours.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid with the steel pin in it. I don't know. If you could direct enough force towards, I guess that's why you use the crowbar, right?
I'm not using the poleaxe this time. Every time I use the poleaxe,
if you nail on the stone door with your poleaxe, you'll get it open, but your poleaxe will be destroyed. We're doing this, right?
that's the third. I did it twice, Jay, and every time I use the poleaxe, you break it.
Well, at least I'm nothing but consistent.
In this,
Such things, bad things happen.
Yep.
You swing your poleaxe at things and wonky.
We're gonna crack it. Can we try to crack it?
Yeah, the thieves, if they want.
Did we try to pick it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you pick it. Try to pick it. Use Rugel's method. I'm not Rugel. Varidel's method that worked on the other one.
Yeah, I did get a 27 this time.
Okay, so even better. Now you know how to break these things open and spin them.
And that's what we did?
Uh-huh.
Good.
Okay, it's a 20-foot deep chamber that runs east to west, 60 feet. There's a row of smoothed out black pillars that go north, east to west, straight down the center of that room.
So there's a room.
Yeah, it's a chamber.
That opens up.
Yeah.
And it goes.
It's 20 feet deep and 60 feet wide. 20 feet deep, 20 feet across, and 60 feet long. And then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars down the middle of it going east.
East. So this way. So horizontal pillars. Or north pillars.
Yeah, the passageway goes into a room that the doors go, the door that you couldn't get past open into.
Okay.
So go to go west, young man. Go west. Take your wall and move it west.
And then it opens up. And this is the door. This is the room?
Yep.
Okay. And it goes long.
Yep, it goes long. And then there's 5 pillars down the center of it.
I gotcha. All right, good.
Boom. And then the north wall has 3 open archways. No door, but an open archway.
Okay, 3 of them, sort of spaced out.
Yep, equidistant. Yep.
Well, that's grand.
Hmm.
This it's heavily engraved with scenes. Let's see if I've got the scene available that I want to show you, give you a little look at the fun here.
Do we see the chain?
No.
Lumen's going to move the hand out in advance of the party into this space. He'll certainly be, you know.
Well, I better take a look at this. That's the mural.
I don't know where you guys are, but Lumen's standing at the edge. Where do you guys want to be? Where are you?
Right at the edge.
Okay. We'll put Cassandra back there as we look into this space. And what do we see?
It's a single roll of colors. They're not doubled
Okay,
up.
single row. Gotcha. They couldn't afford
Tactical considerations, you see.
they couldn't afford the double set. So they were like, all right, we'll make do, we'll adjust. Let's talk to the architect.
And the ceiling is 7 feet high. Here we
7?
have flattened ceilings.
7 or 70?
7.
Wow, that's low.
7. It is low. Feels
That's
feels
impressive. It's like a good job for oil. Fill the thing with black smoke.
Is there any trapdoors in the ceiling that we can see?
No, it's roughly hewn. Unlike the walls, which have been smooth and laden with mosaics.
Lumen's just going to
I'm going to
move
show
the
you.
light around
Did you
the
see the
room.
mosaic? I'm going to present the gist of the mosaics again.
Ooh. Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can you go to that other one? The one on the bottom? That was something.
Yeah, showing it now.
Wow.
That one's badass, right? That one's pretty metal.
I wouldn't
Like,
want to
that's
meet
Guar.
any of those guys.
That's Guar right there. Rock
In
band.
In the
Guar.
center?
Yeah, especially in the center.
That guy in the center does not look like... Yeah. He's not a guy I'd
He
hang
looks
out
like,
with.
yeah.
Looks a bit grim. Okay. Wow. So those are on
sure.
the far wall, the next wall, which wall?
That is the theme circulating the wall.
Okay.
Well, the view on the south wall is not very big. You can very good at all from that angle. You can assume that it continues.
So I'm thinking toxic masculinity. That's the vibe I got from that.
Okay, I didn't, but
You know, it's
maybe
all
I'm too
like,
close. I'm too close to the work.
yeah. Well, you know, everyone's like all tough and, you know, bitches this, bitches that, you know.
Oh, I see the murals. The murals. It starts a. What happened? Over the door, the southern door, the engraving, the mosaic illumes a little bit, or one of the figures illumes, and it starts saying in a rather loud voice something you cannot understand. You cannot comprehend the language.
So we can't really see what that is unless we enter this space. I'll bite. Um, I'll sort of cautiously enter this space. We don't see any other creatures in there, right? At least,
No, you do not. You do not.
so, you know, Lumen will just take a, you know, get to an oblique angle over here to sort of see what's happening. What's this mosaic look like?
You also feel a sense of uh, your uh, your deepest and most darkest feelings and thoughts um, going away. If they
Oh,
were wanting to press in on you, that this room had a feeling of black thoughts, and but it is at bay.
when I look at this mural or this mosaic or
When
whatever.
you walk into the room, the whole room, that's the vibe of the whole room, that it wants to press down on you with your darkest thoughts, but it's unable to. It must be because of your majestic religiousness and glowing beauty, beautifousness, what do they call it? The beautification of the lamb.
Wow. Um, I can't tell if that's, you know, delusion or dark magic, but um, I'll take it. Anything to feel good at this point. Um,
And then the voice stops and the glow around that particular image in the engravings
what is the
goes away.
image? What's the image of?
It's just like a figure. It's a cloaked figure holding up a hand with a weird signal symbol, like holding up three fingers, but they're fingers, and they're not in a row.
Like West Side kind of thing? Or,
Yes, I'm showing. This is his gang sign.
okay,
It's up, up, up.
I'm
These
with you.
things matter because there's only so many ways to do this, right?
That's good. I like that.
Three
Um,
fingers, three
The ring finger
portals.
not the ring finger being held down by the thumb.
um, Lumen's gonna just walk around the room. I don't know what those guys are doing. He's gonna sort of wave on and be, enter this space. It's all good. I feel better now.
I'm not so sure.
This space is a sanctuary of the hand.
Why don't we? I want to. I want to make my way towards the door in the south wall that was latched on this side, um, and see about
Okay.
doing that
All
and
right.
propping
It's
that
easy.
open.
It's easy enough. It's easy enough from the steps. You step on the floor latch, door stop, lever, the floor lever, and it clicks the thing away, and you can spin it open.
Just want to prop that open in case we need a different way
And
back.
then the woman says, "Free me, free me. You do not know the dangers you face."
Shut your greasy mouth.
Lumen will shout out, "Stay your tongue, woman! We will release you
Pulling it.
when we are done."
I'm gonna come into the room and hide behind this first pillar.
Like that?
Okay. Yep, in the shadow away from Lumen's light.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's like your darkest thoughts want to lay on your shoulder like a shawl. But when they really want to be a cloak, a hooded cloak over you. But
So,
your light makes it feel just as if a shawl.
Lumen's light.
Yeah,
Oh,
it.
good.
It's keeping the dark thoughts at bay.
Good. The darkness. Lumen's going to inspect these things for themes, the walls for themes, or other sort of like hidden, crevices, anything that might look like a latch or and certainly, trying to read the story a little bit.
The theme is humans driving forth and slaying a lizard like race.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do you remember that, Stu?
Victory over the lizards using staves of power, rods of power. You find that funny, Veridel? You find that funny?
No.
You find lizards with vicious flesh-eating lizards funny, huh?
What's the floor look like?
Stone pavers. They made smooth granite pavers out of the stone from the mountain and laid it out in a straight tile pattern. Covered in dust. Yeah, it's really dusty. You get to look at that, you kind of have to sweep.
I should probably
Can we see through the archways?
Yeah.
Do they all lead to one place?
Yep, they all do, and it appears to be as wide as this room. Its depth you can't really tell because it's laced with many pillars going across east to west. So there's ranks of pillars going east to west in that room. So at the second, third rank, your views are obscured from further back. You would have to go. Well, I guess you could stand in the middle arch. You can see all the way down.
So I suggest that Lumen stand in the middle arch, with the light to attract attention, and then you guys sort of scope it out, away from the light.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you need to take a quick break? I'll be right back.
Yo, what up?
What up?
I should probably do like a 1 hour warning. I'll need to drop about 10 till the next hour.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Couldn't interfere with the drama until then.
So let us check out these arches.
Yeah. Before we reconnoiter into this new area, I will approach the hand and beseech him for his healing aid in this abode of pressing darkness.
And Lumen will smile benevolently and lay, well, not the praetor's hand, but the other hand upon him, and heal him and it's a 1d6 plus 1 if it is successfully executed. So I would say usually roll that yourself, right, Jay?
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
1d6 plus 1.
6 plus 1.
Whoa.
7.
about it as going to the bathroom. You just go and do that by yourself.
All right. Feeling much better. Thank you.
Do what you say.
I don't want the smell of my blood lingering too much around Veridel. Do
Yeah,
I know
really.
he's a vampire?
No.
Okay. He
No.
does seem a little strange, though, right?
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah.
A human who can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No, he's way
don't remember that.
strange. He's way strange. He has. Yeah. Yep. He has a very feral feel to him. But with extended time in his company, it's like, you're not like me, are you?
So, my play, gentlemen, was to draw some fire. If there's anything happening in there, there's always something happening. And if you guys would sneak around and skulk through the shadows, I would send the light down in through the center of this thing to illuminate it. Unless you want me to extinguish it, and then we can go stealth mode entirely. So, or some other plan, some other
That's
stratagem.
always effective. It's a little nerve-wracking, but effective.
I'm good with the big reveal if you want to try it. So basically, you're proposing you basically move the lit hand quickly and follow her into the middle of the next room, and then we kind of sneak in on the outskirts of the shadows.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And even sort of dim, flicker it down a little bit, to make sure that it's not too bright.
Okay.
And I'll sort of stand and just, take any, sort of draw something out.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have you go in the center arch, following the light eventually, and then maybe Rogel, I don't know, you'll take the right and I'll take the left.
Uh-huh.
So push light through the middle, and then we'll sneak around the edges to the right and left.
What do we see in this space?
The architecture and filigree are more detailed or more grand. Wide stone blocks. There's actually simple arches, and it goes to a heavy groin ceiling in between the pillars. So where the room you just came out of was like 7 feet high, this one is probably 15.
How big
So
is
much
it?
much roomier, much roomier. It's as wide as the room you just left, and it's 60 feet deep.
So it's a little
And there's
wider.
there's a door visible all the way on the other end, or I should say a door. I mean, the thick pillars come up from the floor. It looks like the pillars, it's all carved out of the interior. So the pillars weren't built, it was taken away to create the room. The wide stone blocks are on the floor.
Same flooring?
The dusty floor shows numerous tracks of some large vermin.
Vermin. Like stomach dragging, or just feet? Any sort of large.
Just feet,
Okay.
maybe some haunches.
Mmm. We like vermin. So how many, it has pillars down the middle of it?
Pillars on. Yeah, the pillars are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 deep and 4 wide.
Wow. And
So it's a lot.
so, yeah, so we're talking, 1, 2, 3, 4, and
5.
then 5. Oh, 5 deep. Yep.
Yeah, and then 4 across.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of pillars.
Mm-hmm.
And when we bring this hand out, we can see a door at the far end, like a full door, like a double.
Archway, identical archway.
So just one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There are two other archways, one on the east wall, one on the west wall.
Okay.
And they are both 30 feet down.
Okay. So a little bit further down. Good. Nice.
That's what you've illuminated.
And any movement?
No. The frescoes continue to depict human warriors in a victorious struggle against, like,
where
the
do
frescoes in this room are well preserved and the colors are vibrant. Much different than the other one where everything was faded and there really wasn't any trace of color.
Well, Lumen will certainly sort of just slowly enter the room quietly, sending the light, further down into the space.
Okay.
And
I'll slink against the wall here, and I'll go up to the next archway.
Which wall? Which wall are you slinking?
he's on the right.
East wall.
Okay. The archway that goes east, when you come to that, you can see it only goes 5 feet further east, and then it opens into a very narrow north to south passageway, roughly hewn out. Yeah. And it's 5 feet. It's narrower than in the other passages. That's what you see on it.
What's the ceiling? Are there any movement up in the ceiling? Any shadows that look nefarious?
Nope. Just the fascinating look of a ceiling carved in to look like masonry groins and Gothic-like architecture.
Check out the western arch.
Another short 5-foot passageway, and then it opens up into a 10-foot wider passage. It's like a natural cavern running north to south. There's a rock wall just after the entrance, about 10 feet away from you. If you're looking, I guess if you're looking through the archway, the other rock wall, that's where it goes. And it must not go, but there's cascading down it is some lurid colors of green and red that it's not the lights aren't there, they're reflecting something that's creating the light.
All right.
Far back, it helps to reveal that though there's a rock wall in front of you, the room is a vast cavern. That rock wall that can go all the way because green and red lurid lights, something painting the ceiling and the back wall a little bit. It's erratic.
All right. Should we regroup in the middle and chat about where we're going to go?
And just for convenience sake, north arch opens to just the passageway immediately there that goes
Go straight.
You trailed off there at the end, Jake. Goes where?
East to west. East to west. So if you poke your head through the north arch, you got to go east. There's no going. That's the end of your north.
All right. So so we didn't get jumped. That's positive.
Yeah.
You know, I'm of the opinion to, you know, go north. But
Okay. I mean, I like north or east. Let's stay away from the less boring one with colorful lights.
yeah.
Let's hope for just a boring little stroll through uneventful passages until we find the yolkless egg.
So, how would you like to go in that direction? Which way are you thinking of going to do this?
How about we go to the north arch and we go east?
Can we tell what direction these tracks are moving? You said there's tracks of vermin.
Yeah, they're they go in and out of pretty much all three of the entryways, like crossing it from one entryway to the other, kind of in the meandering, is there anything to eat looking kind of way. Nothing's been through in some time, but you could.
I would suggest that we leave the light in the center, and that we move a little more cautiously, you know, into the shadows. I can always bring the light forward if we need to, but
Sure.
let you guys do a little bit of, you know, slinking, and through the north. So Luna's going to leave the light just sort of hanging in the middle of that room. And,
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna go to
metal.
the north arch and look. Well, look east and west, but I'll assuming I don't see anything.
Black Sabbath is playing.
Plan to go east.
Okay. It's rough hewn, but straight. It goes west 10, 20, 30 feet and then opens into a larger natural
East.
space.
Right?
West it opens up into it. And east
okay.
it just goes 10, 20, 30, 40 feet. And you can see the 5-foot corridor opening about 30 feet.
And does it go further north? So I will go to the east.
That goes to it continues to the east. It does not go further north.
Okay.
And if you go, when you say you go further, another 40 feet down, it becomes a cross intersection.
does it cross this other passage?
It does not. It opens into it, and there's no further north progress. And the passageway that runs north-south goes and connects.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And then it continues going east.
Continues going east for 40 feet, and then it's a 4-way intersection. Narrow. The workstone is narrow here.
That's always a good sign.
Like slots. You can still get through it, not that tight that your bulging gold armor to purple.
I'm kind of the opinion about the west, but
I just want to go to that intersection and maybe just take a moment and take it all in, senses wise. You know, if I hear, smell anything from any particular direction.
No, it's dry. The air is dry. It's silent. The rough hewn walls are mute.
All right.
All that stretches before you is darkness. The limit.
Can you see in there?
If he goes there, if he goes to the intersection, really, yeah, I guess you said you've been taking it all in. To the north, it opens up into some chamber that you aren't quite sure the dimension of, but you don't see any pillar. To the south, it's narrow and goes south. You can see the opening. There's another opening on the east and west wall to the south. And these are openings.
Hmm.
And then it continues. Then the passage continues.
And then the east one continues.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Tempted to pop up to the motion you to come closer, and then I'll pop up to the north passage to the cavern and take a look.
Okay. You coming, Rogo?
Yeah, I'll meet you at the intersection.
Now we can't really see down here without light.
No, no, yeah, and then yeah. By the time you get to the intersection, you're in pitch blackness, but you can see back the light coming out of the room.
I'll have to bring this this light around. I'll have to bring the hand around and just sort of hover it to shine some light down that space.
Yeah.
So just to keep it kind of dim, but give us some light that we might be
Yep.
able to see forward. Hug the sides a little bit, you know, and just let the light be there. Try to blend into the shadows as much as a guy in golden armor can.
Yep. Another 20 feet and it stops, and it's like the room is hanging off the passageway. It goes to the, and that appears to be 15 wide.
Which direction?
If you go to the east all the way,
Yep.
there's a room hanging off of it to the south, and open,
Okay.
and then it's hard.
Keeps going.
No, it's just a hard right angle.
Okay, cool.
That seems it would be the end. Yeah, perfect. That's what you see.
What's happening onto that north?
It's wider than deep. It's 60 feet wide and 30 feet deep. The dominant feature is on the west walls a statue. It probably was it appears to have been a fountain at one time. Otherwise, it's empty. The floor is finished with paver. It has more of the frescoes carved, but the scenes are less of reptiles and of the people, warriors kneeling and praying to some god.
Any other ways out?
No. The statue part of the fountain, because there's a basin that it sits in out from the wall. It's of a headless person emptying a vessel into their upturned
Into the upturned what?
decapitated head. The headless person pouring a vessel of whatever when the water feature was working into the hollow upturned decal.
That's awesome.
It's like he's pouring something into his own his head. But all there is now is it looks like it's stained with a black skin and limpid.
So it look like it could be, is it sturdy or does it look like it could be tipped over?
It looks sturdy.
That's too bad. What do you think there, Stu?
I don't know. It's either mess around with statue fountain thing or keep exploring. Just keep exploring.
Yeah, let's keep moving. Until, I see some dice rolling. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it's Rogel. You notice that one of the stone pavers is fitted loosely, as in it can be taken up, and it's in the center of the room.
In the room?
Yeah, in the center of the room. If the room has a center, you guys are walking out, Rogel. You catch in the light. Whoa! From the shadows, the slant of Lumen's light. That paver's not set. You can pull that out. You can look it out. It's loose. It's a loose paver. 24 by 24 inches.
Oh, wow.
Two pavers.
It's huge.
Yeah. The floor is well laid, too. It's pretty level. It shows. Oh, that's not big. It's done.
Hey, guys, take a look at this.
Lumen will come in and check it out.
Yeah, where is it exactly?
In the center of the room.
Center of the room.
Is it loose as in we could pull it up, or does it look like we can apply pressure and trigger something?
Loose as in pry it up, like a manhole cover.
Oh, okay.
Open it,
It's
thief.
fitted well. It's not loose because of damage or anything. It's fitted well. So
I'll hold out my crowbar.
It took a ding. Crowbar has been presented.
Let's do it,
By
Rogel.
this awkward silence that Faradell is handing the crowbar to Rogel.
Okay. Well, do you think there's any traps here? Maybe we should have a look and see.
Sure.
Do we see any mechanism of any type?
Someone roll their detect trap.
82.
Let me see. No. I guess the only thing I would think of to check actively would be, the seam around the loose stone, and then before we pry it up completely, pry up like one side and bring, some light down just to look under the one crack.
You can do that, and there's an excavated. It's earth, thick brown chalky earth. Soil, I guess, covering the bones of the mountain. And the excavation is 12 inches by 8 inches. And sitting in that recessed, excavated little place is an 8-inch by 6-inch, an 8 inches high box. It looks like it's a wooden box with iron bands and a lock.
All right. Guess we need to pull that out.
It doesn't. It's fastened to the floor. It's fastened somehow to the earthen ground.
So it's half buried underneath there.
Yeah, it must be deeper than it looks. It's not pulling out.
Lumen's just gonna stand over and look at the statue and like see if he can like is anything loose and just sort of like, look at it and well, because this is like thief business. It's gonna be sort of circling around the statue, watching it intently for any signs of movement.
Roll a d6.
I should have never said anything. I always should never say anything. That's a 4.
Okay, you're not surprised. You're inspecting that, and then it appears to be a ripple, but the black ichor is not a stained liquid at the bottom of the basin. It's a living thing, and it attacked. Full initiative.
Cool. I thought we were leaving this room.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
What are you going to do, Lumen?
Well, Lumen's just gonna take that poleaxe, and he's just gonna just freaking jam it right into whatever that is. What does it look like as he's doing it?
It looks like a black animated ichor.
Like a tar baby? Tar baby?
Sure.
Some gooey thing made out of blackness?
Yeah. Yep. About as big as a beach towel.
Okay.
Should set it on fire.
He gets an 18.
I'm going to call that a hit. So roll your damage.
Yeah. That's a total of 7 points of damage.
Okay, so dividing that in half makes 4.
Always love the half damage types.
Ooze.
It's ooze, man. Tough to get it on you. It's tough to get out. It stings too.
Sounds like role playing. And of course, in order to use a poleaxe, you have to sort of like take a half step back. Just saying, because that's a 8 foot tall or 7.5 foot tall weapon.
Yeah. It's gonna crawl out of the basin after you.
Excellent. So you guys are musing over a mysterious box. There is a sound of battle behind you. You hear something like, "Bat demon spawn of the black earth, feel the wrath of the hand."
Did we remove this stone, or did we set it back down over the box?
I'm going to say if you are paying attention to Lumen, you are setting it back down because. But no, it can be anything you want. Sorry. Depends. What do you want? It can be in the position that you would want. Narrative control over that.
I'm guessing we want this box, so we probably move the stone aside.
Okay.
The box is moored. It's anchored though. Sounds like you have to open the box. Opening boxes. There ought to be a. Is there a whole like a book on opening boxes in role playing? There should be.
It's a much debated topic.
A 200-page book on opening boxes.
I could give you 200 pages of Flame Wars on the internet.
I'm sure.
All right, so we see this slime thing.
Yep, and splats Lumen splats it with his halberd. Yes. Rogel, what would you like to do?
I'm just kind of hanging back with my short sword, just kind of watching, seeing where this thing
Okay.
moves to.
Okay.
I guess I'll be in a parry state.
Rolled an 18. Is that a hit?
Yeah.
No, to Lumen.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
No, I rolled an 18.
Oh,
Black Ichor rolled an 18. Does that
I have
hit
a
you?
19 AC.
Oh, then you do not. Beardo?
Bounces off the golden plate.
I get out the tinderbox and a couple torches, and then I light 2 torches this round, or put them side by side and get them lit.
Okay, let's roll initiative.
And by the way, the lit hand is sort of streaming into the space behind me to fully illuminate. It comes rushing in. What is this? Is there any further, articulation of form besides this sort of black blobby? Does it have arms? Is there a head?
No, it's attacking. It morphs pseudopods
Gotcha.
and swings them around and tries to hit you with it. And it does it in a waving, like the silly man's straw things. Oh, air through it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Veridel, do you say you got closer, or you move anywhere, or?
I didn't move last round. I thought it probably made sense to the time it takes to light 2 torches probably was my round. So I was going to hand one off to Rogel, and we were going to come. Well, I was going to come fight fire.
Okay, that you may do. Roll your attack. It has an armor class of 14.
That is a 16.
Roll damage. Are you using a weapon?
A torch.
Oh, a torch. Roll damage. Is that one for the first
D6.
attack or 1d8?
Yeah, good call. I don't know.
Oh, look it up.
I don't think a lit torch is 1d4.
Basic fantasy may have.
Oh, right.
It's a fine point, but it makes a difference.
I can't yet find it. I see oil damage, but not.
Yeah.
I'm happy you just want to make a call, Jay.
I'll make a call. It's 1d4.
All right.
You're using 2 of them, so you can roll 1d6.
Well, I gave one to
you handed one off, so 1d4.
I gave one to Rogel, yeah.
Yeah.
4 damage.
I also tried to use my torch on it, but I missed.
It sizzles up. It doesn't like the flame at all. And it smells putrid, but it's life, whatever light animated it.
Okay.
Well, now that you disturbed it, Lumen, why don't you go look in the hole that it came from?
Well, that sounds good. That sounds pretty Lumen-like. So it's still moving, and what is it doing? Is it? I don't think.
It's dead. It's dead. No, the torch finished it off.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So Lumen's gonna, look over into that hole, bring that light over his head to shine the full light of God into that filthy hole.
Um, it drops 50 feet down, but after from your position, after 10 feet, it opens up. So it's opening up into a large cavern, natural cavern, and you can see the bottom, but you can't see the sides. And below it, you can pick out the floor, the rocky floor. It looks smooth because there appears to be a pool of greenish liquid that's slightly fluorescent.
So it's a big hole.
It's a big hole that descends 10 feet and then it opens into something, a much larger cave.
Um, Lumen's just gonna look at the other guys and say, "I think we're done. Yeah, I'm good here."
Let's take a look at this box.
Yeah, can you describe the lock latch mechanism?
While they're looking at it, Lumen's just standing next to the hole, kind of like watching, just saying,
Okay. It's a key. It takes a key.
That is inserted in, and then there's not like a visible latch beyond that. Presumably, something inside would be unlocked.
That is correct. I will be right back.
Okay.
Just take a second.
"Yeah, I don't know. The idea of going down into a hole with green goo,
Nah,
not feeling it."
not about the goo hole.
Yeah, I mean, not in this context anyway, right?
We
Right.
could maybe drop down just to take a look to see if there's something beyond it. Like not touch it, just literally put someone rappel down a couple,
Maybe
few feet.
Cassandra.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect job for Cassandra. I would float down there, but I already sort of pulled that one. I'm not going to do that one again.
um,
So you guys cracking the box?
You would have to pick the lock, though.
yeah, I was trying to think of a creative way of just doing like an initial insertion into the keyhole without having my hands right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Can
see.
do that. Because it's got like a chest. It's kind of got, I don't know, concave or convex lid. And the latch is, the lock is easy.
Um, Lumen, just out of caution, just because this place seems dangerous. Kid, can I lash like a spike or one of my the firm rod that you hold down the pins with to the end of your poleaxe, and let's poke it down in the hole while you're kind of standing outside, as opposed to have a hand right there beside it. I literally all I want is the data point of the first time you insert something into the lock, does something trigger? But I just don't want my hands by it when we do it.
I would love for that to happen, but Lumen is pretty protective of his poleaxe. He's lost two. It's not going to happen again.
All right.
Sorry.
Do you have any other long object?
He has a hatchet. He'd give you a hatchet.
Yeah, I mean, at that rate, I've got a crowbar, but
Try the crowbar. Bring the block up, like, and hold it, and stand on the other side of the block with the crowbar. I mean, the blast shouldn't kill you.
Maybe we could ready the slab to drop back over top the box just in case.
Yeah, so I like the plan. Like maybe move the slab offset, like to where there's a crevice that we could reach down, and I will lash, like a probing pick at the end of the crowbar, and then basically kind of like reach down in with like a torch over it so I could see down the crack. And all I want to do is just kind of pop the probe tool like into the lock and like rummage real quick and then back out. You're muted, Jay. We can't hear you.
As much as we like that, you should turn it on.
Roll your pick locks ability
Okay.
as you lay it on the line.
That's gonna be tight. Let me look. I'm level 7.
It's got-
And open locks 45. And I missed it by 1.
Ooh.
You are putting it in, about to rummage around, and you notice that the earth that it's buried in is actually just not like really packed hard gravel and bedrock, that it's been fitted together like a puzzle, and that one little slip that you made with trying to pick it has activated the true trap, which is the floor around the box is collapsible, and you get a save. You and Rugal get to you get enough. You miss it by 1, so you have enough time to have a save where you say, "The floor's going to collapse! Jump!" Type of thing. It's going to blow. And so that's Rugal and Veridel, and both of you guys have to roll 3d6, and it's a dexterity check. You got to get your dexterity or less, unless, yeah, I think that makes
3d6.
sense. Yeah, you're gonna roll with the bell curve.
14. Just made it.
I did not.
Okay. You go. Vrugel jumps up aside, and Veridel disappears with the box and the floor in that general area.
Okay, Lumen runs
Then you
over.
hear a like a bunch of rubble hitting the ground wetly.
Can I? Actually, it won't matter. I was gonna say I was gonna judge the distance and like depending on how far I'm falling, like transform into the bird, but
You can.
I would leave all my stuff there. But if I die, all my stuff's gonna get left there too. You tell me, Jay. Can I get a snap judgment of the distance I'm falling?
Yes, 30 feet.
30 feet.
Do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my stuff in the rubble. Is the other concern.
We'll get it. Someone will get it. We'll send Rogal down.
Could you take 3d6 falling damage?
Yeah. It could be bad, but yeah.
Plus falling rubble damage, I'm presuming.
You're a vampire.
Yeah.
Does falling like that actually hurt?
Let's find out.
I feel like the way to avoid it would be to like either go to like the transitionary state to the bird or mist or whatever, but then clearly all my belongings are just going to be loose and fall.
The mist is a forced condition. That occurs when you reach 0 hit points.
Yeah.
And height or shrike, the bird is a shrike, is what and you also have lycanthropy infected blood.
Yeah, I think my gear is too valuable to risk losing some of these things in the rubble. I'm just gonna fall. Because on top of that, it's the special cloak that I have on that protects me from the sun. It's the
Mhm.
Ageless Orb. Yeah, I'm falling.
Roll 3d6. And what you get?
4, 5, 6, 7 total.
So we'll half that. You take 4 points of damage, and as soon as you can drink someone's blood, you can get that back.
All right.
That's from the shock of gravity fall. At some point, falling causes you damage.
All right.
Oh, and the rubble and so you got all your stuff, and it all crashes into about an inch of that green glowing water. So that you can see that you are in the same cave that you could see the hole of the fountain. It's not water.
Did the box survive?
Uh, it survived. It looks like cracked, skewed. I mean, it'd be really easy for you to open it right now, but it took a hit.
Well, I mean, as
Sure.
soon
It
as he
can't be
dis
doubly trapped, right? Right.
I'm just saying that Lumen's standing over the edge and just illuminating the whole place with light. Just seeing if he's
But,
okay. How big is the
Yeah.
hole that he fell through?
uh, 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 10-foot diameter, 5-foot radius.
Okay. Just an irregular shaped hole?
Yeah.
We invested this much in it, so yeah, I just take like my hammer and a spike, and then I pop a weak crack in the box, and rather than go for the lock again.
There's 3 glass vials, all broken.
Oh.
Until that they held a deadly poison,
Hmm.
all spilled and useless.
Cool. Do I see anything else down here in the cavern? Maybe I'll have like Lumen go move the hand light over the other hole by the fountain, and we'll see like where I
It's
see
really
that light.
large. It's really large. So there's the distance between the 2 holes, and below both of them is this greenish glowing water, an inch deep. The cavern is going to be 160 feet wide from the northwest to the southeast, and then its span is 70 feet.
Northwest to the southeast. So
Yep, that's
that's.
its access. Its 160-foot access.
And in which place? Where are the holes positioned within it? Near the top, near the bottom, in the middle.
Near the top.
Okay.
Yep, to the northwest,
Okay. So good.
part of the grotto.
Well, should we pull
And
them
that
up or should we go down?
Do you have a rope?
No.
I don't have a rope.
Yeah, I failed to grab any kind of
Great.
adventuring gear before
I've
we
got
set up.
I've got one
very helpful.
and a
thought.
grappling hook.
Wait a
So
second.
like at 5 feet, you can almost do like the shimmy up as well, and like
There's no shimmying. It's fall into space.
the hole is 5 feet. Okay,
I'm going to
I can
argue.
sit there and toss the
Yeah, it's
grappling
not
hook.
deep. It's like, oh.
I can
National
sit down there and
treasure.
toss the grappling hook up with the rope until I latch
Can you
onto the
toss?
hole.
Okay. You swing it with your vampiric strength. and easily clear the 30 feet with your grapple. Also, vampires, if you roll a natural 20 when you attack, you get a +3 bonus damage. I'm simulating vampiric strength. If you roll a natural 20, lay some extra hurt.
This might be a good time for me to stop, and we can decide what to do.
Fall down. It's time to get up, Master Wayne. All right, pretty good dungeon crawl to this point. As far as dungeon crawls go. Bitch, blood-sucking birds.
No egg-like objects down here. In the hole.
No, there's nothing.
Okay.
There's just a dank grotto. You can see that there's in the shadows. There's other passageways, natural passageways. Out of the light, it's hard to see how many you actually.
I thought we were leaving this place.
None of those deep shadows are just deep shadows. You know that days out.
Well,
it looks like a cenote day now, doesn't it? With very little water.
All right. Well.
There will be some experience, not a whole lot. This was a day of exploration.
Sure.
All right, gentlemen, we lived today.
Yeah. And you still have your poleaxe?
I do. Yeah.
You didn't.
I got
gain
a
any other
short sword.
Animal traits?
No animal traits, no shells. I thought the slime was going to do something, but nah. It's a tease.
Yeah, I rolled whippy hit dice, so it didn't have much guts. They can get big.
Oh, good. Good to know. Well,
I'm going to go have breakfast.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
For your time today.
Good to see you guys.
All right.
Catch you
Take
later.
it easy.
Peace out.